I remember when Michelle Obama was on the cover of Vogue, they said, this is the first lady we've been waiting for. And that's what people are feeling right now. This is the presidential candidate we've been waiting for. And so I think there's going to be strong, strong strength behind her.
What do you make of Kamala tonight? The rally tonight. Before we talk about her general situation and how she's fitting into the race, what do you make of her most recent performance? What you make when you see her perform? What do you think of her?
I think excellent. She was strong. We would call it fiery, and she really has her act together. She, as she stated in her speech, she has dealt with all kinds of people and people like Donald Trump. So she's prepared to, go the full yards, and she's going to campaign. This is the first time for America that we've had a woman candidate get this far, and so everyone is excited. The excitement in the air is amazing. And so I'm excited with her and for her. And we feel the energy almost as though it were like Barack Obama when he was elected. There's an
Really?
electricity in the air. Yeah.
Because there was a female candidate who got this for Hillary Clinton, and the argument always was that she, bizarrely, I think to people in this country, she suffered for being a woman. Like it felt like America wasn't quite ready to have a female president back in 2016. Do you feel that things have changed somehow?
Yeah, the trailblazers, I was the first woman in a lot of things, and the trailblazers take the hits. It doesn't mean you always win, but you open the door so others might win. And so Kamala, stands on the shoulders of Hillary Clinton. America was not ready for Hillary Clinton. Just like Barack Obama stood on the shoulders of Reverend Jesse Jackson, who ran in 1988 for president of the United States. So their trailblazers take the hits. But I think people are called to be trailblazers, and they know it, and they go the distance. And when they can't go any farther, then that season is over.
Yeah, and the next person takes on. We're in a honeymoon period. The question, I suppose, Susan, is this a honeymoon period how long does it extend? How strong is this honeymoon period for Kamala? Because let's be honest, that a month ago she was still seen as the most unpopular VP ever, someone who'd been hidden by the Biden campaign, hidden over the course of the 4 years in the White House. She wasn't seen as that strong a figure. She'd seemed like she'd been mistreated a little bit by the party, a party that is now falling over itself to get behind her. Does that matter that this has been quite a big change?
No, I think you're totally accurate. Sometimes there are what we call moments, and you are made for that particular moment. And yes, they were all of the above. Unkind people. She was deemed unpopular, but in 24 hours, $1 million was raised by Black women. The next 24 hours, $1 million was raised by 36,000 Black men, and now in 3 days, over $120 million has been raised. So sometimes people are waiting for the one who is ready for the moment, and when the moment is ready for the one. And this is one of those situations. When you look at her now, when she was on stage tonight, you were like, yeah, she's been prepared for this moment. African American and Asian descent, female, a prosecutor, a former prosecutor, district attorney. So she knows the law, she knows the rules of law, and she's a tough cookie.
Do you think it will make a difference to the race, the fact that there was this narrative that Trump was taking votes from the Democrats in ethnic communities? There's always been this question of which women would really vote for Trump, bearing in mind he's a sexual offender. Do you think that Kamala takes enough of the Black and Hispanic vote, enough of the female vote, that it actually moves the dial, it actually shifts the position in her favor?
Without question. When you don't have a choice, people kind of go whichever way it looks popular at that particular time. But there are a lot of African Americans, Black voters, Latino voters, and certainly women voters who have respect for her. And I think it will move the needle a little bit. Now, I was just reading right before we came on that already the Republicans are attacking her and trying to impeach her as vice president. So the attacks are going to come. She needs to be strong, in spirit and in stature and in voice. So my hope is that there are people who are her handlers that are helping her pace it. Because you jump out the box, as you said, in the honeymoon period, and the applause is deafening and you're excited. But at some point, this is a human body, and you have to really pace it and really. And she's still vice president of the United States. She can't just leave that office to run for a higher office. So she's got a lot on her plate, and I'm hoping that she has the stamina. Is really the word I'm looking for.
And I guess the question is then, how much does she trade on that incumbency, and how much does she not? Because she was given the immigration brief by Biden, which was a very tough brief, where arguably she hasn't succeeded. She has to have a question, doesn't she? Is she running as the continuity Democrat candidate that says, if you like what Biden did, vote for Harris? Or is she
Not at
saying,
all.
you don't think that's true? You think she's saying, I didn't really have much to do with this guy. I'm a new person.
No, she's distinguishing herself. One line in particular was about women's bodies, and that government should not be able to, you know, uh, dictate what happens with a woman's body. Only a woman could say that and get the kind of feeling and emotion that other women will resonate with. A man, no matter how much they stand up for that, it doesn't have the same
And there
strength.
was there was kind of a feeling that Biden didn't quite believe that either, did he? I mean, Biden has certain religious beliefs that probably mean he didn't fully believe that himself.
Well, he was Catholic, but the bottom line is she can do things and say things. First of all, there's a serious age difference, so she's coming from a different generation. There's a serious gender difference, and I think she will not sever the ties. What she will do is distinguish herself as someone who has different agenda for the American people. And she also has the sorority community. I don't know how much you know about fraternities and sororities in the Black community, but all of them, not just hers, which is AKA, but all of them have come together. They're called the Divine Nine, and they will do everything within their power to support her and get mobilize the vote and raise the money.
And could that make a difference? Do you think is that big enough a thing
Oh
to
my
help?
gosh, yes. Oh my gosh, yes. It got Biden over the top, and he was an African American, so it will get her over the top as well. Yeah, there's a pride, and it's almost kind of like this is the moment we've been waiting for. I remember when Michelle Obama was on the cover of Vogue, they said, "This is the first lady we've been waiting for." And that's what people are feeling right now. This is the presidential candidate we've been waiting for. And so I think there's going to be strong strength behind her, an impetus for her to run and a compelling force. And also remember, she's in an interracial marriage. And so I'm getting emails from the second gentleman who also covers another constituency of Jewish Americans. That has never been done before either. So she's got kind of all of the pegs lined up in a row. And I think that's what you have to do as a candidate.
And she might presumably she then gets maybe a governor from a middle state, one of these swing states. She gets a male governor from there, and all of a sudden the ticket's even broader. If you were advising Trump, would you say don't debate her, or would you say let's have another debate like there was with versus Biden? Should he go running, or should he face up to her? Do you think?
See, that's a double question. So this is a tall order. I wouldn't advise Trump because I don't respect him in terms of his leadership. But he does need to, if he's going to be a viable candidate, he needs to be able to debate her because that's where the proof is in the pudding. Both of them raised money. Trump can raise money. I think the last night of the convention, one person gave him $1 million check, where it took 42,000 women to get, Kamala $1 million. So the money is not the issue. The issues are the issue. Can he stand up without just being a bully? If you looked at every single debate with Biden or anyone else, he was always knocking them down. You didn't do this, you didn't do that. He never said what I can do. And that's going to be what we look at going forward.
Well, listen, it's an amazingly interesting time, Susan. We're fascinated in this country about what's going on, so we're very grateful to you to give us guidance. Thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thank you. We're fascinated with you too. So thank you. You've had women in leadership, and so we're going to follow some of what you do.